Hello, this is a 40-foot zircon, 8 by 40 foot zircon that we built out into a horticulture. Basically an indoor 5-acre farm in a 10 by 40 area, 8 by 40 area. It's not painted yet, but it will be. There's this mini split compressor. There's the power. It's like a motorhome plug and play. It's all 220. That right there comes around the back of the house over there, then under the ground. Comes to here. Then you got your power panel. This is the main breakers here. Okay. Okay. Then we got the AC plug here for the mini split. Then we got over here's plug and play for the front room, and then the back room. The back room holds 20,000 a panel control that does hold 16,000 watts of 240 and 10 outlets of 120, 110, whatever. It's all buried. It's done right. Here's the zircon, and like I said, here's the mini split. Very efficient, best way to go if you're going to build a sealed unit, which means no bad air out, no fresh air in. It's just recirculating like a refrigerator or an air conditioning unit in a car, kind of. It's a closed loop system, and that's all the wiring that comes in. There's no duct work, and there's a mini split face on the inside, which I'll show you in a second. Because the mini split has a dehumidifier, it's got AC and heat. Those are the two holes that are going to be for the closed loop hoods, because they are sealed hoods, which I didn't need to use in here, but it's what I have. And I've got a lot of money invested in the sealed hoods. They're Raptors 8s that are dual. They hold 2,000 watts apiece. Here's the other side of it. The whole top of the ceiling has been triple coated with rubber cement paint that they use to actually in the penitentiaries to do their roofs. It's a nice unit. Okay, here's where the lines come out of the unit to be plugged in like a motorhome to the power box. Okay, here's the main door that you enter the building in. It's right here. I'll come to you on an angle. Okay, so that's all insulated in 2x4. Same with this wall. This wall stays constantly, or this door stays constantly closed usually. This is the entrance door to the zircon. Then there's a 3-foot area that's got 3 layers of insulation, and then a thermal layer on the outside edge of the whole thing. So hot air flows through the whole interior between the insulation and the metal wall. Then we built a little door here. It's not finished, obviously. Okay. Okay. And then it's got handled on this side, which is not complete, but it's getting there. And it's all insulated with at least 2-inch on the interior walls that we built, because there's 3 rooms in 1 room. This was done by Smithsonian Inc. This is going to be our new product line. There's going to be multiple, excuse me for a second here. There's going to be multiple different floor configurations you can do, or layouts, blueprints, designs, engineered, whatever. Here's the door frame. Okay, now I'm going to walk into the bedroom and turn around and show you like so. Okay, the veg area is a 10 by 10. Okay, it's all this will be covered in the bubble wrap. The whole ceiling is done in bubble wrap. Okay, this is the ceiling, the lid. That's where the lid meets the wall. All that will be done in bubble wrap as well. And the 2x4s will be covered with either white paint or the bubble wrap. There'll be no seams. All those right there where it meets will be seamed with that aluminum tape. Right, goes right there. Same with this. This will be bubble wrapped. See how it's taped right there with the aluminum tape? All the nuts and screws will be covered in that tape. Here's the other side. This will all be covered and sealed. This will be a complete sealed room. Here's the first, where the first power box goes. It holds 6 220. And then there's the power for that. And then there's where the cord comes in. One's behind the wall and one's right here where you can see. This is the mother plant room. This is the second room into the building. Let me turn around and show it to you from this angle. Okay. This is the second room. See, there's all the bubble wrap that's going to go in the rest of the unit. The lid's all we have bubble mylar insulation, which is like $1,000 in insulation in itself, and then there's Pink Panther on the roof, and then this 2-inch RTAC. It goes bubble wrap, 2-inch RTAC, then Pink Panther R19, and then another one of those on the ceiling, on the lid. Let's talk about insulation. It's crazy. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get into the flower room, but this is the bedroom in the front. Okay, just isn't complete. Then you come into the mother plant room, and where there's going to be a sink right here that goes drained through the floor, so I can change out nutrients because we do grow in hydroponics. There'll be a reservoir here. Ballast will be hung on the ceiling on the 2x4s here, all the way down the whole unit. Okay, this will be insulated right here, right there, and then bubble wrapped. This one just needs to be bubble wrapped. Okay, then here's the other side where the mother plants would go, and then the propagation clone trays will be right here. Okay, this is a legal municipal grow for personal use. I don't grow for profit. I'm not against growing for profit. It's just I'm not licensed to do so, so I don't do it. Okay, now the paint on the floor is only the first coat, and it's here's the flower room, guys. This is 14 by 10 by 8. Okay, it holds 10,000 watts or 8,000 watts. I could put it up to 15,000 watts because my hoods they're dual. Like I said from the beginning, they're dual Raptors, and they do 2,000 watts a hood. Okay, and then all this. See, I started to paint it white, the 2x4. Okay, now this is all the only way to do a split unit. I mean, this is the only way to completely control the environment to perfect. So, I mean, there's nothing better. This is the right way to do things, and I'm showing you behind the scenes what the final product's going to look like. The walls were already done in Mylar bubble insulation. However, I decided that I needed to take it down because I was going to just go ahead and put that white panel board, like a shower board, the smooth stuff on one side. And it's cheap. It's $11 a panel. And there's the face of the mini split. And it has everything you need. It swings side to side. And it also oscillates up and down. Okay. Here's the water line, or the copper tubing that's covered in white for the air and the heat. Here's the power line right here, and it's wrapped around. It'll all be zipped to the wall like this. Okay, this should have been done. See, this was the last thing we had done. This was the last decision because we had 2 air conditioning units that we were going to put in the walls and a couple stand-ups, but we're like, that's not going to get it done. Let's do this right, So this is the first layer of paint started in the back. It's made of that rubber ceiling paint too, because the middle part of this unit's metal, as you can see, and where the lines are, it's wood to the wall. That area is wood. Right where the gray line is, right there is where the metal starts, and it stops there, and then it's wood again. Okay, so if you're gonna build one of these, we do sell blueprints, and we also have 20 units, 20-foot units. This is a 40-foot unit. We also have different custom designs. And I'm just trying to show you how much we put into this. This isn't just a spray-on insulation. It's 3 layers of insulation on every area, the sides and the ceiling. The only thing that wasn't insulated was the floor, but I'm going to insulate it from underneath the unit because it is off the ground on 8x8 wood posts. Okay, now this is it. These are where the lights are going to be exhausted. That's the only air that's coming in and out of here, and it's all sealed hoods, which I did not need to use, but it's what I have. I'd like to do vertical lights because with a mini split, you're able to do so. I've been building, or in the horticulture business, or not business, but industry, for personal use and for municipal purposes since I was 13. As far as horticulture goes, utilizing municipal marijuana, I think I was 17. And it wasn't municipal at the time. So this is going to be the flower room, guys. This is going to produce 3 pounds of light. So we're looking at 18 to 24 pounds every 2 to 4 weeks, because it is a perpetual producing unit with all three units, all three rooms in one unit. All sealed, all perfect. This thing's going to be amazing, and it's going to be 30% bigger, 30% better, 30% faster, and it's going to be a constant harvest every 2 weeks. This is going to bring in, you know, not financially, but pound-wise, like I said, 18 to 24 pounds every 2 to 4 weeks once it's in cycle. So this is the veg, like I said, and I'm running all hydroponics. I do multiple different styles of hydroponics, and I also scrog some, and I scrog not all of them, but I try different methods constantly. I'm always pushing it. I do what people say not to do, and I get wicked results. And this is just going to be a unit that people are selling out there for 90 grand, and they're not doing near this. I mean, they're not insulating it. They're bare. There's no insulation on the walls, maybe 1 layer or 2 layers of that spray insulation, but it does nothing compared to this. You could live in this thing in the middle of the high Rocky Mountains in the winter with a little plug-in air heater and stay fucking toasty. I mean, it stays warmer in here than in my house with no lights on. You know, it's pretty sick. Here's the thermostat and remote control for the... I have it mounted as far away as possible from the face of the mini split unit, so it's getting calibration from here and temperatures and humidities from here, which is a huge help because it's on the opposite side of the unit, and that's where it needs to stay even. So, but this is it, dude. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you have any suggestions, I mean, it's all being insulated up here, like up here, like up here. It's all got insulation between there, and it'll all be sealed. If you see what I'm talking about, this side is not done yet, but this side is. See, and that's just not sealed yet with a caulk or tape yet, but it will be. I mean, this is the only way to do it. And like I said, this is just one figuration. It's not complete. It's got very few hours left in it. Could actually have it done by the end of the day if I busted my ass, but I'm taking a break I've been working on this for about 30 days with the help of my wife, who has been a star, and I couldn't have done it without her. This is the power that controls the big unit, the one that I told you holds, I could do up to 23,000 watts with this box that sits in here. And here's the intake where the mini split tube comes in. But there's no duct work with the mini split. They're just phenomenal. You guys know, you're growers, you know what's going on. This is for growers by growers, like everybody likes to say, but this is by Mistonian Inc. And this is just bare bones, give you an idea of what it looks like behind the shell of the finished product. This is not what it's going to look like complete, obviously. It'll be all look like that, and that'll be white all the way to the edge. It'll be much thicker, and this is a rubberized white paint that has, like, it's got grip to it. It's really cool stuff. It's easy to clean. It's durable, and we use nothing but the best. This is all certified electricians that have... We've done everything. I've done everything with my wife except for the mini split because it has to be charged, and the 220 power to the outside. I did it all inside, but not outside. So this is the whole unit, and I think it's pretty impressive, guys. Wait till you see it finished. The finished product, like I said, we're going to be letting these things go for half of the price that people are letting them go for in the industry, and don't do any of this at all. There's no insulation in them at all, pretty much. If there is, it's a little thin layer of spray on. It's not this Pink Panther and then this again, and then a thermal layer behind the wall. We lost a little bit of room for grow area because we're scrogging in here anyways. So due to all the insulation in the 2x4s, but it's worth it. It's the only way to go. You get the same amount, if not more, weight, pounds we're talking about. I do everything by pounds than you would doing it any other way. This is the very best of the best once it's complete. See, that will be taped on the other side and this side. Another piece of insulation will be put down this side, like this side is. And then it'll have the bubble wrap insulation on the outside of that, you know. Who does shit like this and sells them? Nobody. There's that pretty flower room which is going to produce 18 to 23 pounds every 2 to 4 weeks. It's going to be amazing, guys. Getting back with you. This is Dr. Green and with Smithsonian Inc. And we will be offering floor plans, 3 different models for sale at a quarter to a half the cost of the normal unit. I would go into details, and I will on my next one, but this is just an update to show you where we're at with it. And then, like I said, here's the exit from the actual room. Keeps all the light from shining out, keeps it warmer in here. And then I shut this. This is usually on a bungee cord with a spring, so it stays shut. It's done right, folks. The 3-foot entranceway is key, I think, to security, privacy. There will be a lock on each side of that entrance door. See, it's off the ground, so I'm gonna insulate underneath instead of inside the unit, and then paint the floor 4 or 5 coats. So this stays shut. Always. I mean, rarely ever gets open unless you got stuff going in there. And it's all hard plumbed too. I didn't show you the hard plumbing. It's all put together. It just hasn't been installed. So all this will be like on a reservoir where I can just twist a button and it'll drain my reservoirs and fill it with fresh RO water to be remixed for the next batch of nutrients. I do use 30 gallons for my reservoirs for my 3x3s, and I use 50 gallons for my 4x4 trays. And I change them out every week, and I use advanced nutrients along with some other additives and some other techniques that I push it, and it works phenomenal for me. So this is the swing door that is used on a regular basis. This is the one that you enter the unit with. And this will be painted white, green, and purple, and it'll have our logo with Smithsonian Inc. across the side of it, or an angle or something. So we'll figure that out when we get to it. But I think that you guys will be very impressed. Once this thing's in once it's complete, I'll put it in full operation, so you can see what exactly. These will all be shaved, by the way, and then covered with insulation, and then caulk, and then same with all these. Those will all be cut. All these will on the side. See how the screws coming out the sides? We didn't mess around. We got it done. And the unit's got to be 36 inches off of the wall, so that's why we mounted it there. I wanted to mount it right to the back of the building, where the vents are for the hoods, but we had to build the shelf 36 inches out and welded it, and it was just easier to do it that way. So, but there was no corners cut. This is as good as it gets. Like I said, hit me up. Let me know if you're interested in prices or whatever, and we can build them out as quick as I could have them delivered from the day we sign the contract. I can have them done within 2 weeks. Be to your house within 21 days, we'll say, to be safe at this point. Complete plug and play, just like a motorhome. The only thing you're responsible for is the 220 power on the exterior. The rest plugs right in. This is the AC plug. This is the 220 big 23,000 watt panel plug. It goes here. The other one goes here for the front bedroom, and this is for the AC unit. This is for the bedroom, the yellow. So they all have their own spots. I've got them unplugged right now because I took my power boxes out. So there it is there, folks. I mean, get a hold of me. That's all from Smithsonian Inc. here in the western slope of Colorado. So just about done, folks. Just about done. And there's that Bentley. I love it.